record. And today's webcast is how to trade real-time patterns. My name is Sergey Savastyuk. I have a PhD in applied mathematics. I used to teach at Santa Clara University applied math courses, and then I started other companies, and that Tickeron is one of them. I'm talking out of Silicon Valley and actually presenting something which I've been using for the last like 15 to 20 years, okay? Let me first start with some other channels which we have, which you can access, okay? First of all, we have a mobile app. It was released not long time ago, and it is for stocks, and it actually has the best components of the website and all notifications you can receive in this mobile app, okay? If you have Apple iOS, then it's going to be coming up maybe in about 2, 3, 4 weeks. That's approximately when we're going to release it for the iOS, this one for Android. So what we did, we separated this app from stocks. We separated from crypto. That's a separate mobile app. You can also install it, and that's focused on the crypto because the crypto crowd kind of want to keep themselves separately. That's the way we approach that, okay? Another interesting channel which you can access is the stock tweets. So you can follow us. We have about 8,000 followers, and that's where you receive some signals and the patterns for free, and that's where we give you these yellow dots, and then you're going to be able to access this via these links. You click here, and then you're going to find what we think about what's going on with the semiconductor, okay? So all the analysis, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and then everything is here, okay? Another interesting channel we have is a Twitter, okay? So we already published 1.3 million tweets, and that's set up a similar way where you're going to be able to subscribe and then get information from a Twitter, okay? Another good source of the free information is the stock tweets, and another one is the YouTube. Actually, you're going to be able to find quite a lot of videos, actually my webcast, some other people's webcast, and other type of videos, how to select best stocks. Go to Tickeron YouTube or Tickeron Inc., and then you're going to be able to access quite a lot of interesting information, okay? So now let's go back to the presentation. And let me start from that slide. I took it actually from another course, try to become as robotic as possible when trading, right? So we approach that in a different way. We said, okay, why don't we build robots and then you guys can follow them? That's the first part of our website. And another part is we're going to connect these robots to your brokerage accounts. So that way the robots are going to trade on your account. You're going to be able to see all the statistics, okay? So now, what is the difference between day traders and swing traders? It's a really time frame in which people trade. So intraday, day traders trying to get out at the end of the day. All positions, swing traders stay days, weeks, and sometimes months, right? So I'm going to be talking a little bit about swing trading and mostly about day trading and how we approach the trading of patterns, okay? So today's agenda is as follows. I'm going to talk a little bit about the patterns, okay? Then I will introduce our engines, which are neural networks, which are go to the market pretty much every minute and finding the patterns, then collect the statistics and then present that as a trade ideas, okay? So then out of these engines, we build the robots, which take real pricing and then analyze that pricing as if they're patterns, and then do the trading, which you can follow. You can here set up your own robot. These robots are preset. I will show you how to make notifications and then how to subscribe to some products and get some of them for free, okay? So I don't know the level of knowledge you have about the patterns. So I'm gonna start as a professor really from basics. So let's say you go to the doctor and then you find that you have a problem with your heart. Then the doctor says, okay, I'm gonna make an ECG. And then they look at these charts, right? So that's the way the charts look like in real life. That's kind of modeling. And then based on the shapes of these charts, they're making a conclusion what's going on with your heart, right? And the same way it is done for cars, driving cars. So AI, artificial intelligence, discovers these patterns, looks at the shapes. You see, this is the shapes of ECG, specific shapes. And then actually computers these days reading these charts much better than the doctors. That's the real life, right? So what's happening, let's say take one of the patterns, okay? Or actually you can go to our website and educational courses, right here, okay, Academy and educational courses. That's where we kind of go into pretty much every pattern in details. That's kind of part of that presentation. There is a lot of different patterns which were discovered not by us, by actually other people actually quite a long time ago. But the question is how fast other websites or the software can discover them based on what kind of time frames, either end of day data every 5 minutes or every 15 minutes. That takes a lot of computing power to discover, let's say, this pattern is a flag, right? So the first problem with the real-time patterns is how to discover them in quite a lot of equities you're looking at, either from preset or kind of pretty big set of the pattern of the stocks, okay? So what kind of patterns are in existence, like let's say flags, pennants, cup and handles? This one of the kind of most famous. I like always play with the flags, or you see when it goes up, then there's some consolidation right here, and then boom, it goes up. And if you can catch that moment of breakout right here, then you can make money. But how fast you can find them? That's the first problem. And then if you go to, let's say, some internet, right? That's what I did, stock patterns, right? So you're gonna find a lot of pictures of these patterns, similar to ours. And you guys can ask me, okay, what is the difference between all of these presentations and ours? The problem with all this presentation is that these people have no idea if, let's say, whatever the ascending triangle works well with the apple. Have no idea. Let's say falling edge, or let's say rectangular pattern. How well does it work with Microsoft? Nobody gives that statistic, okay? So we build a site which looks at the statistic. It's like a baseball or like a basketball. So you know the statistical result as if every pattern together in a couple with the stock has its own statistic, okay? That's what I'm gonna be talking about, okay? So now let's look at this type of a pattern. It's called head and shoulders. This one is the bullish one. You see the way it goes like that. So bears kind of trying to pull down, then up. It hits approximately the same line. It is a resistance line. It goes down. This is a head. This is a couple of shoulders. Then again, test that. The same line, this resistance line, right? So then it goes up, and when it breaks right here, then there is anxiety on the market. Oh my God, it goes up, and the people trying to catch up with this type of anxiety. So that means the patterns, they are measurements of a psychological profile of a particular stock, okay? So then how to find this type of patterns? So we train neural network, and then this is a pattern, right? So if I do like that, it is also a pattern, okay? So what we do, we discover different types of shapes, and then we're going to be able to predict how far to the target price it's going to go, okay? It could be pattern like that. You see, it is shallow pattern, so that means the target price is smaller, right? So it could be even like that. So it's still neural network recognizes that as a head and shoulders, okay? And then you would say, where's the head, where's the shoulders? Typically presented that way, okay? So this is a head, this is a couple of shoulders, this is a bearish type of a pattern, and then our system recognizes the both directions, okay? So let me again tell you what is a breakout, okay? You see, this is like a pattern, like a rectangular. You see it stays in this type of resistance like support line, and all of a sudden it breaks. Okay, so then what our software does, it is identifies and catches the point of a breakout, and then kind of gives alert or sends notification. Okay, it's a breakout. There's going to be anxiety, and that's the moment when it is really wise to get in. Okay, some people wait a little bit over down. Some people get in right on the breakout, and then that's the distance which we can calculate how far up or down it's going to go, okay? So let's look at the flag, okay? Some people believe that breaking through these particular lines is a breakout. In fact, it is not true. For each pattern, there are some specific breakouts values which we calculate. That's when we wait till this point is crossed, right? And then we calculate how far it's going to go. That's what we do. And then, as I said, first, how fast one can find this type of a pattern or this type of a pattern. You see here, it's a breakout, right here, target here. How fast you can find that in real time. And the second, what are the statistical results of these patterns, okay? So let's go to the demo. I will just show you, okay? We'll go to trading. And for the better understanding, I will go to the pattern search engine, which finds that this type of patterns, end of day, okay? So let's say cup and handle. I will click here. Now it gives the description, a psychological profile of a cup and handle, and then gives historical results, okay? So we have two types of statistics. One is emerged and another is confirmed. Emerged is when all points being hit. It was like 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is a point of emerged. Some people trying to catch that moment, some people waiting for breakout. So they emerged when it is right here and going up, that's the emerging pattern. And that's going to have one statistic because it actually can reverse. And then when it's breakout, that's another set of statistics. And now let's look at the statistical result, okay? So together with each pattern, we analyze all statistics and then give the confidence level. So when you see our patterns, similar to the patterns you would see actually right here, but we look and see, okay, this is a channel up. We're going to give a statistical result, what's happening with this type of patterns on a stocks, for instance, on the cryptos, and all these statistics are separate, okay? So I'm here, right? So now let's look at the statistics. So let's say I'm giving you a pattern, live pattern, right? So real time. I will show you a different setup, but this is end of day, okay? And then it's just better presented, and you can analyze that statistic. So let's say I'm going to give you a pattern arrives, it is a cup and handle, and all other software is going to stop right here. They discover that, and they have no idea what happened before, right? So what we do, we give a confidence level, and then we give a result that 68% with a confidence 60 and above are going to reach the target price. So that means if we give breakout point, that's where you buy, and that's where you sell, target price, right? So then 68% is going to reach the target price. So when I quite often see on our website questions, okay, how many what's your hit rate? This is a hit rate, right? If you look for the patterns of 70%, it's 74% reaching the target price. Then if you go to, let's say, 80%, notice that the number of patterns is dropping. Of course, it's dropping because you have to wait longer to get the patterns with the confidence 80%, but then 78% are going to reach the target price, okay? So this is all the results which being used for the purposes of a collection of this statistic for quite many years, and then we present it that way, okay? So this is a distance to target more than 5%. If I make, let's say, 7%, then it's this number is also going down, and then 79% of patterns are going to reach 7% as a target price right here from breakout to the target. So you buy here, sell here, okay? So what you do here, you get yourself familiar with this type of patterns. Look at the statistic like that, let's say flag, right? So now this is a breakout, and now let's look at the statistic. It's different statistic, right? Why? Because the pattern is different. It's 58% reach the target price. And then what you're gonna do, you can say, okay, I'm gonna find rectangular type of patterns, and then I'm going to trade only channels and rectangular. Or some people like consolidation like triangle, and you're going to see on a lot of websites, oh, I found a triangle, but nobody analyzes the statistical result, okay? So when you have this, then you can now understand how to set it up. For instance, I'm going to find, it's still end of day, stocks. Okay, if I want to find together with Forex, I'm going to click here, Forex, okay? Now I'm going to stay with stocks, edit, and now you see I'm going to, let's say, deselect, and then going to find patterns only for banks and biotechnology. It's number of stocks 828 and 582. So about 1,000 stocks is going to be set up, okay? This is a preset categories, or you can get the list of these stocks and then paste it right here, or just select them, let's say Agilent, Alcola, add, and that way it's going to be, you see, add, and that way I'm going to save. And then if I have a specific list, then it's going to be finding it right here, okay? Only for these stocks, okay? Now, next setup. I'm going to find only bullish or bearish, okay? I will say I want to find only bullish. You see that reconfigured itself. And let's say I'm going to find only confirm. If I want to find both or only emerge, I will click here. Then you see it recalculates and finds both emerge and confirm. And I showed you the difference, okay? Now, I want to set up a minimum of confidence, let's say 55%, it's a reasonable minimal confidence. And then price range, let's say I want to only penny stocks, I'm going to put it right here, let's say $5 to $10. And distance to target, also I can say, okay, I want a minimum, let's say 7%, okay? Then boom, I have a minimum 7%. You see distance to target here, 8%, confidence 58. And then when it emerged, it tells you the date when it emerged, and then confirmed, you see? Now, in order to look inside, you click on a triangle, okay? And then you see it gives you the name. So if you click here, then it's going to be able to show you everything we know, even on top of the patterns. Okay, but we are not going to do it now. I'll show you that later. And then you can add to the portfolio. You can do the paper trades right from here. But the main point is that quite a lot of people think that if it is a consolidation, then it has to break this triangle line. It is not true, because a little breakout is above point number 2. So that's where you buy, and then and this is calculated as a target price. Okay. So what we give, exact point, entry point, and exact exit point. So that means you can make 8% on this company, and that's where it's a clear triangle. This is a live chart, and it's going to work. Okay, so what is the statistic for this particular pattern and this particular company? You see, it found only one pattern. Yeah, it's okay, but it was one, and 100% was a hit. Okay, so that's what is the difference between us and any other company. Okay, now. This is for the purposes of introduction. This pattern search engine is the end of day data. Now I'm going to go to the real-time patterns. Okay, you see it's AI real-time patterns, stocks, ETFs. It's a separate for crypto, is separate for Forex, because it looks like a feed. Okay, now let's look what we can do here. Okay, now. You see, the setup is the same. Okay. Now let's see how we can set up our own kind of a robot with our own customization. First of all, here's some description, and this is how to customize. Okay. First of all, we're going to talk about the time frames. So the time frame, I hope you guys know what is a time frame is. So let's see, you see every candle right here on this chart, that one is better, right? So every candle is a time frame, okay? So when I say that it is 5 minutes, so then it means this candle is a 5 minute. Every candle is a 5 minutes. When it is drawn as a line, then every point is a 5 minutes. How they draw the line, they always take on these charts, on the candles, closing, okay? So that means they're closing here, then the closing here. So that means if you sketch the line is going to be like that, okay? Like that. So if I say that we are looking for the time frame 1 hour, so that means every candle is 1 hour, okay? So it's just a reminder, and then you would understand that when you're setting up a time frame, 5, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, so then you are setting up a search for all patterns with this type of a time frame. So it is not the entire pattern in the 5 minutes or 15 minutes, just the time frame as a one candle, okay? So that means if we're going to be looking for about, let's say, 20 or 50 points to generate a pattern. Okay, let's look at this one, because here it's a good example. It is not 1, 2, 3, 4. It's every, let's say, 30 minutes. No, every single point here, 30 minutes. So that means this could be several hours when this pattern is formed. And we discovered that pattern, as you see, it is pink. This is green, so that means this is a bearish, and the green is a bullish. So that means here expectations out of this rectangle is going to go down, okay? Out of this rectangle is going to go up. Why do I have only rectangular? Because I think that's the way it was set up. We go to the pattern types. You see, I have a channel up, rectangular bottom. What I can do again is select all, unselect all, okay? So let's say I want to trade only, let's say, these consolidated triangles. What I'm going to do, I'm going to click here. I'm going to click here, 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 here. Okay, this is also consolidation. I'm going to select that one and that one. Okay, so that means I have 2, 5, 7 patterns, which are triangular, which gives us consolidation, and I'm going to save. Okay, so now our system goes to the entire market, if it was a setup of the entire market, and find all these patterns. Okay. And on the same time frames, okay? So don't forget, this is a 5 minutes, 15 minutes. This is a day trading type of a time frames, okay? So what kind of a setup of stocks? Stocks are, you see, it is bound by technology and communication. I can add, let's say, energy minerals, okay? And that's gonna find energy minerals also, okay? Some actually of our users asking to add more filters right here, let's say capitalization and other things. And we're right now trying to come up with ways of doing that. But you can find those lists and place them right here out of our screener. And I will talk about that a little bit later, okay? But in the meantime, I showed you this setup, so I saved, and now our AI is going to be searching for you only a triangular type of a pattern. So that means it's going to be customized to the point it's your types of patterns. It is a stocks, it is ETFs. Again, here it's all ETFs. And don't forget to click here on the push notification, and that way you're going to be able to get it. Okay, so this is the only customization which is required. You're going to click save, and now it's going to find all this time. You see, this is a 30 minutes time frame. So it means if every point at 30 minutes, then the search for such a pattern takes like maybe a couple of days when it's formed. But then what we give you, you see, it is entry price, right? Exit price, confidence level, and then how much it can make 10%. So if you forgot what is a triangular is, then you can read about that by clicking right here, and then also look at the statistic, okay? So you can also make a paper trade right out of here, and that's what I recommend if you guys just starting then, or even if you are really a solid trader, in order to test the technology, you can click here and then trade it. So you can say, okay, it was a bullish pattern, buy. You can click buy, and then you can make either market order or pending order, depending on what you want to do. And that's going to simulate exactly what you're going to do on a real brokerage, okay? And actually what we're right now working on, that's going to be an opportunity to connect right here to the brokerage account and make that trade directly to the brokerage account out of our system, okay? That is going to come up, my best guess is like end of the year. And then you're going to be able to do that, okay? So now let's go back to the patterns, right? So what you see is real-time feed. It's kind of feed directly to this and gives you the signals in a mobile device or in a computer, wherever you are, okay? Now, let me show you how to make a customized list. Okay, so I'm going to go to screener home, okay? And I will quickly show you how to create a filter and then how you can get a list, okay? So you see, we give a buy-sell recommendations. So what you can do, you can set up, let's say, a watch list for tomorrow. Let me show you how you can set up a watch list for tomorrow, and then how you can find the patterns from a particular watch list, okay? So let's say you're going to go to filters. Let's say now in a scorecard. Let's say only strong buys. Okay, now let's see. I have a 5,700 stocks which we evaluate and give the ratings. This is end of day ratings. And then I'm gonna select strong buys only. How many strong buys I have right now? 800, okay. Then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna say, okay, I wanna, for the sake of a demonstration, I'm gonna make a large caps, and then I have 264. Then I will say volume is over 2 million. It's typically volume, I have a 100, okay. So, so what else I can assign to the, let's say, here's a fundamental analysis. We have our own ratings. Let's say valuation rating. Either you guys can watch my other webcasts about the screener, or you can kind of quickly understand how it works. I'm going to select undervalued stock. Okay, I have only 50. Okay, so now in order to read this filter, you see you have a stock excluding penny. You see excluding penny stocks, strong buy, volume over 2 million, market cap, valuation undervalued. It's still undervalued stocks. Okay, that way you can see that fundamental analysis. You see they're still undervalued. It's a fundamental analysis tab. This is a technical analysis tab. So we're analyzing stock from all kinds of perspectives, not only patterns, and all of them with the back testing. Okay, I told you the importance of a back testing. You see Texas Instrument, American Express, you see Citigroup, all big companies, and all of them undervalued and a strong buy. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a watch list. Okay, I can take 20. If I scroll down, load more, I will take and then scroll down more. So now I have all 50. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to make 50 out of 50, and I'm going to create a watch list. Okay, so now this is a watch list, add new. And then I'm gonna type today's what 20. I'm sorry, 20, 21, 21. Strong by filter. Okay. Enter. Now I have a watch list. Okay. So what I also can do is to put on a clipboard. So I'm clicking here, boom, and I have copied. What I'm gonna do then, I'm going to go to my real-time patterns. And let's assume I wanna work only with this list as a day trader, because we're gonna be finding the real-time feed. And I'm gonna customize stocks and now tickers, okay? So because it was on a, let's say if it's going to work. Yep. You see, it was on a clipboard, add, okay? Now I added all 50. You remember Texas Instrument, American Express, on all this ADI, all these companies right here, 50, list of 50, right? If I save, so then tomorrow, our AI is going to be looking for patterns only for this list, okay? Unless you have to do what you have to unselect, select, unselect. Okay, now it's going to be only for this list, okay? Save. And now you see only for these big companies, I have that list, okay? Let me see. Okay, ETFs. You see, I have ETFs. I have, if I want only my list, it's still customization. I unselect because I noticed I have some ETFs. I'm going to remove it. Now I have only my list. You see, American Express, okay? This triangle. So what are the patterns? Typically, if I do a particular list, then pattern types, I do all of them, okay? Because that's more interesting. You're going to get more patterns, more opportunities to trade these 50 stocks. Save, okay? So now, I have a list downloaded for tomorrow, and that feed is going to start working for all patterns for these 50 stocks, and that's going to be your kind of robot for tomorrow, okay? So what you can do is to see if it's going to work right here. Boom. So you add, so you can add here, let's say XP. It looks like one by one, right? Yeah. So you can add here on the right side all these stocks, and that way it's going to work, and it's going to show you like a smaller time frame. Okay. Another way of doing that is like that. So if you remember, I created a watch list. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is to refresh in order to get my watch list. Okay, that's going to work with the same feature. Now I'm going to my watch list. And first of all, we have a new feature. But before doing that, I'm kind of, yeah, what I'm going to do is to show you both. You see this one, 1021 strong buy filter, right? So I'm going to click here. Now I have my 50 stocks right here. Okay. You see, it's all the 50 stocks. If you click on a scorecard, then this all, you remember it was all strong buys. This is the same list. Okay. I can scan them. It means it's going to be intraday data. And then I can quickly look at the fundamental analysis, technical analysis, all fundamentals. I can do even earnings calendar. Actually, he will never find a website where in a click of one button, earnings calendar, boom. I know who is reporting, let's say, today, and then it's reporting tomorrow. You see, American Express reporting tomorrow. Who knew, right? But with one click on the watch list or on the screener, you're going to be able to find that. Okay. So, and what you can do with that watch list, you can adjust, you can move it to anything you want in terms of activating this blue bar. What you do is right here, let's say 10 out of 50, and then you can move it to anywhere to our products, this list. Actually, it's quite an interesting way of transferring list from one kind of a module to another in this blue bar. Okay. So you see, it does require customization. It does require you to understand how to set up real-time patterns. It does require you to work with filters and the screener and analyze that. What we did when we were asked, okay, how guys would you trade? So we created robots, okay, which are quite often based on the real-time patterns, okay? So we're gonna go to the robots. So the robots require much less customization because all steps which I just showed you, which you can set up by yourself, right? Looking at my instructions, you can find the real-time patterns and trade them, okay? So let's say you see this one being 100 days, 300 days in terms of let's look on details, okay? Okay, now it is a description. Okay, we really describe how we set it up. You see, this is a real-time patterns, exactly what I just showed you, right? But what it does, it adds other features. Let's say from technical analysis, there is some stochastic, some TSV indicators, some other proprietary algorithms, which are included into these robots. So what they do, they are looking at the 486 stocks in this robot. So that means the set of stocks is preset, 486. And then time frame 30 minutes. I showed you time frame 30 minutes. Confidence level 55, right? With the stop loss, which is equal to the half of a target price, okay? So that means there's a lot of presets in these robots. Now I click here. And now let's look what it has. It has statistics. You see, annualized profit and loss is 22%, average duration 6 days. Then you see, some people are asking, what the hit rate? 73% position long 1 and short position 63. It's not bad, actually, okay? So then you see it opened the trades when? Okay, let's look at this table. Marvin, what's that called? Yeah, every time you see blue, you can click it, okay? Scope holding, okay, whatever. I don't know. But you see, it does trade both long position and short positions. In the setup, here again, similar button, customize, and let's look what you can customize. You see, it has a 486 stocks, and all of them marked as being used. So what you can do, you can tell to your system, okay, I want to have only buy signals. So that means if you apply, you're gonna get signals only to buy. If you want to both short and long, then it is both. And if you want to only short, then it's going to be like that. Okay. So now let's assume I'm going to unselect all, and I'm going to create kind of my own robot. I'm going to say, okay, I want to look at Alcala. Okay. I want to look at ADI, Adobe. You see, what else is known for you? AMC, right? AMD. Now I'm creating my own robot out of 5 stocks. Obviously, the fewer stocks, the fewer patterns and the trade opportunities you're going to find, right? So let's say Citigroup, you know, right? Caterpillar, right? So what else? Cree. You see, if you click at I, you're going to get pretty quick picture of what's going on with the stock, okay? CRM, Salesforce, Cree. What else you know, right? Whatever, Facebook, right? So how many? I selected 10 out of 486. So that means I'm presetting my robot to the particular list of opportunities I want to trade, okay? And this is the only customization which is required, okay? This one and this one. Everything else is taken care of, okay? So it's all preset, and you're going to get a list of the trades in open trades. The way it works, you're going to see this table when you subscribe, okay? So let's say Marvel, current price, this one, it did buy the shares today, 3 p.m., right? It is a New York time. Time of holding, you see 6 hours, made already $34. Why it is in dollars? Because we, for the purposes of modeling, every time we buy or sell, it's 10,000, okay? So it is 10,000 on each position. So what we do, we take a price per share, divide 10,000 by price per share, then we calculate number of shares. If you cannot trade 10,000, then it's pretty much, you say, if you want to trade 1,000 per position, you divide that by 10 or whatever, 5 or 2, whatever the number you have, or multiply. And then now you're going to have a number of shares you have to buy. It's pre-calculated. It's given the time. So at this moment, you're going to get notification, okay? And then it's going to show you this one. So for the purposes of recording, you can copy that in the paper trade. So if you click here, it's going to be copied, boom. And now it is copied to your paper trade. Copied, not this one, but it's going to be copied at the moment when the market is going to open, it's going to buy Marvel. You see success, so that means it's recorded in the pending positions in the paper trade, okay? So let's look at the paper trade. And by the way, one of the amazing features we have for this robot is Autopilot. So if you turn on Autopilot, it's going to start copying all trades it's making to your paper trade. You can say, okay, why do I need that if I am looking at this table? You need that if you subscribe to more than one robot. So if you have one robot, you're going to have one table. If you go to another robot, it's going to be another table. So the robot trades kind of independently from others. But if you want to accumulate all of them, let's say you have 3 robots, 5 robots, right? So then you're going to need that feature of Autopilot and then copy that to your paper trade. So let's go to my paper trade. Let's see what is here, okay? So we're going to show, going to get some statistic. It's downloading statistics. So you see, I've been setting up this paper trade 578 days. Okay, I would have made, if I trade real money, I would have made 200,000. Okay, then you see, pending order. Let's look at the pending order. You remember I clicked copy Marvel, right? So you see, it's my pending order. So that means tomorrow in the morning it's going to be executed as a real trade on the market open price. Okay, that's here you can analyze all closed trades. This is all my open trades, and actually I have not been trading for a long time because the Autopilot does. You see, I did subscribe to this many robots, and they keep generating positions for me. Okay, and that way I don't do anything. So in fact, what we are planning to do is to have a marketplace where you can, let's say, have your own subscription. Okay, you're doing well on these paper trades, then you can share that. You see, it's published, my paper trades. I can unpublish, but I already published that. Where did I publish that? In the marketplace. We go paper trade exchange. Okay, so in the paper trade exchange, now we just released that functionality. You see, I'm here. As you can see, that this my data and my paper trade, so the people can come and really look what I'm doing. Okay, so that's kind of a backdoor so far to look at these trades free, right? But you might have more than you want, and that way you're going to be able to see what other people doing, and in this case myself. Okay. Our time is coming up today, and actually Zoom is going to turn it off in a few minutes. Guys, it's time to ask the question. In the meantime, what you can do, I will show you the pricing to subscribe. So the way we did it, you see, you see, I'm kind of subscribed to all of them, but let me do like that. Let me log out, okay? Because that way you're gonna see it real, okay? The way you see it. That's a pricing, okay? So you see, this is for swing traders. This is a day traders. We have a lot of different tools. And then what you can do, we have for day traders, then for swing traders, different suggestions, but you can actually remove it. But here's the thing. If you subscribe to one robot, there are some other products given you for free and you can select them, okay? Let's say you don't need the pattern search engine, which I believe you need, but let's assume you remove it, but you still $90 because you still have a $30 credit. What you can do is add the screener, boom, and you still have $90, $10 left as a credit, right? So what happens, you get $60 credit if you subscribe to one robot. Do you need to subscribe one robot? No. You can remove it. Now you have only these two tools to be subscribed, okay? So it's very easy to navigate, easy to understand. Let's say intermediate 2, you get here $120 credit for other products because you subscribe to 2 robots. If you are expert and you have all robots, whatever you can eat, it's $250 a month, okay? So you can unclick here on the expert, you have everything, and then really come up with your own strategy of evaluation, okay? But pretty easy to use this page. Okay, And that's about it, actually, what I wanted to tell you guys today. If you have any questions, please ask, typing it in the chat, and I will be glad to answer to you, okay? I'm going to wait a little bit and see if you guys have any questions. We'll be glad to answer. Okay. So if you missed anything, and by the way, it's a 14-day free trial for quite a lot of products right here. If you miss anything, you want to get this video, it's going to show up in a day or two. You're going to be able to watch it. You can actually watch quite a lot of other videos right here. Where's the videos right here? You see, we collected a lot of the videos and the tutorials for the different products. Webcast, you can watch webcast. There's a lot of stuff here you can watch for free, okay? Somebody is asking a question. Does this work? So far it is market hours. Yeah. We do not have capabilities and data after market or before market. We don't have it. But who knows when we're going to be able to actually we transfer to the new data source. It's not going to be difficult for us. If we have a pre-market data, then we are going to be able to connect that easily. But the liquidity is so low, it's difficult, but still possible. Let me ask our technical people if we have a pre-market and aftermarket data, then we're going to be able to connect. And actually, you're not the first who is asking. Okay, it's a good question. It's a good reminder. Okay, so any tutorials here? There's a lot of stuff right here. There's some good videos, kind of how to find a very specific example, very short videos. We made it here, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, how to use these tools and how to find these opportunities, okay? And then remember that there is no single way to find the best stocks you want. Everyone has its own style. It's like tailoring the clothes, right? Like a suit for yourself. Are there robots that you can use with the app? Yes, it's in the app, yes. So if you go to, where I had it, yes. Actually, these robots in the mobile app, yeah. You're going to be able to access these robots in the mobile app. Yes, you can. We right now, as I said, working on connecting these robots to your brokerage accounts. Okay, so what's going to happen? The business model like that, we generate ideas, we generate robots, we show how it works. You like the statistic, you connect to the brokerage account. So far, it's just in the mobile app as a signals, but later it's going to be connected to the brokerage accounts. As I said, the best case is the end of the year because it really requires quite a lot of security and stability, and we're working on that hard. Okay, one more question. A friend to trade crypto with the Apple app. Yes, okay, Apple app. So yes, you're right. So this app is this one is Android, and as I said, absolutely the same two apps are going to come out. My guess, I just talked to technical people. My guess, 2, 3, 4 weeks. I just don't want to be specific, right? They're testing that and working on that. We already set up account at the Apple Store. Everything is really, really last mile. And then you're going to be able to get that. It's going to be looking absolutely the same way in the Apple Store, okay? For the crypto. So the crypto is separate from stocks, but you're going to have robots for crypto. And actually robots for crypto for us are working really well. And I can tell you that I did connect some of my money to the robots, and then I'll tell you I'm making money on these robots. Okay, I put some money and we started trading automatically like the beginning of summer, and then I doubled the money. But that's only in testing, guys. It's so far with testing on my own money and working well. But in order to make it available for public, we have to test more. But the feasibility of a connection is there. We can make automatic trades. Everything is automatic. You just select the robot, select the, I have it on Binance, and we're connecting to Kraken right now. So that's being done and tested. Okay, so please follow us on the newsletters, and then follow up on a lot of other channels. We're going to be announcing. It's a big day is going to be when we're going to announce that first you can trade manually. That's what's going to come out, and then connecting to the brokerage account, these robots. Yep. Any more questions? Okay, that was a really good crowd today. Thank you guys for questions. One more. Thank you guys. Yeah, it was a good conversation, and then you're going to see this webcast in recording. Okay, and thank you for your attention. Thanks for coming, and good night, guys. Bye-bye. Disconnecting.